Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning in to another of my Medieval Kingdoms 12-12 tournament battles. We are halfway through round 2, and we've seen Hohenmaster and Hamdog CDXX both moving on to the third round. And now it's time for us to take a look at AZRIEN Fox versus Cassius. So let's go ahead and take a look at their battles. Welcome, guys, to the first battle between AZRIEN Fox and Cassius, and we're going to go ahead and look at AZRIEN Fox's army first, just because he's in position before Cassius is ready, but he is playing as the Swiss Waldstadt, and he's got a pretty diverse army. He's actually bringing 4 units of these Kaiberg Axemen to the battle for his main frontline unit. I actually didn't even know that the Swiss had Kaiberg Axemen, so really cool to see them. They've got some nice kite shields and one-handed axes. And then right in behind, he's got 4 units of the late-period crossbowmen. And in reserve, he's got 3 units of pikemen. These are high-period pikemen. And he's also got a dismounted general's bodyguard here with that fantastic Swiss hat that we've seen before. Very, very cool. And he does have a couple units of copper shields, 2 units of each. 1 unit on each flank, but 2 units total, sorry. And I love the glisten on the copper shields, too. Really, really nicely done. And then for his cavalry, he's got, let me check to make sure, he's got 1 unit of Swiss nobles of the high period. And then he's got 2 units of the mounted crossbowmen of the late period. And then he's bringing the Kaiberg Knights to the battle as well. Very, very deadly if you use them correctly, as we have seen before. But that's it for AZRIEN Fox's army. So let's run over and take a look at Cassius. He is playing as the Kievian Rus, and he's got 2 units of these spearmen in the front lines here. Rus heavy spear militia. And then he's got some Suzdal infantry here, I believe 6 units of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units actually to form the front line. And then he has 4 units of dismounted Boyar Sun. These guys are pretty good in melee, which kind of doubles as a secondary unit of infantry. But also solid bow unit as well. And then in behind he's got actually some more Suzdal infantry. So he's bringing 10 units total. That's mainly what his whole army is consisting of. We've got the Khan's Guard over here. And the Khan himself would be this guy right here. And then for his cavalry force, he's bringing 4 units of Boyar Sons. So excellent heavy bow cav, very, very quick and light, but also pretty solid in melee as well. So that's it for the army comps, and I think the battle starts very, very soon. Yes, here we go. So it looks like we've got movement from Cassius' side here. He's got a lot of these Suzdal infantry, so we'll see how well they actually hold up against the pikemen. The only thing is the pikemen will need to try and stay away from those dismounted Boyar Sons. And also here, these horse archers could cause problems by focusing down those pikemen early on in the game. So it's good that AZRIEN does have a few of the mounted crossbowmen units available to kind of scare them off. They won't have as good of a range, but they will probably do more damage. Rate of fire is low, which is a problem, but the missile damage 105. And the Boyar Son's actually kind of charging into melee a little bit over there, which is kind of funny. It might have been a misclick. It looks like Cassius is trying to pull them back right now. But they've got 52, or where's their missile block? These Boyar Sons. Or, sorry, their missile damage. Missile damage 74. So the crossbowmen can have the potential to wreck these Boyar Sons, but Cassius looks like he has 3 on this side to focus down that 1 unit of crossbows. We've also got some crossbow cav over here. Again, AZRIEN's going to have to be careful because these dismounted Boyar Sons, they've got the range on the crossbows. We take a look at the range, 150 here to 125. So actually not too bad, not terrible. But it looks like we got more of the Boyar Sons moving over to this flank to, I guess, scare off these 2 units of cavalry. But I think it's mostly just kind of a skirmish phase right now. There's not really much going on. We've got four of the mounted crossbowmen are killed. And it looks like 2 here. Yeah, it looks like 2. Now, he had 4 of these. Where's... Oh, no, he's only got 3 because the max with the general is 4. I think he's trying to focus down these Swiss nobles over here. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to have to be careful. AZRIEN's going to have to keep his cavalry out of the way and then use his crossbow cavalry to push the Boyar Sons back out of range. Because what Cassius is trying to do right now looks like is just immobilize the Swiss army so that it'll be easier to envelop and take out. But down 7 men now. These guys only down 3, so it looks like they just have a better rate of fire, I think. Just able to get in there, fire really quickly, and then retreat. Yeah, see, they're already being fired upon as they're trying to get into melee. Oh, this is going to be a pretty... Oh, they're just charging into melee. There we go. Just catching them in melee. Now, I don't know how well the mounted crossbowmen will do. They are tier 3, but they are a little bit depleted. We also got some of the Kyberg Knights moving over here. Cassius responds to that. He's got his spears moving over, and his Suzdal infantry is moving into shield wall. But the Boyar Sons are focusing down the Kyberg Knights. And Cassius is withdrawing his Boyar Sons, but that's always a risk to pull out your cavalry from an engagement. Because now we've got 49 of these to 46 of the Boyar Sons. But here we go. Looks like these spears are not in a form of shield wall. And neither was the Suzdal infantry over here. And it looks like he's just going to pull right in behind and slam the Suzdal infantry from behind. So really, really good tactics there to try to get around this wall. And that unit of Suzdal infantry may just break. The only problem is that we've got a lot of archer presence. Cassius withdrawing all of his archers to the center to focus down these Kyberg Knights here. But we've got the mounted crossbowmen moving in. I'm not sure what they're firing on as of yet. But yeah, those Kyberg Knights just got evaporated. Looking over on this side, we've got more of the crossbow cavalry moving around this flank. The balance of power is still with Cassius. It was 2,000 to 1,800, now 1,800 to 1,700. So about 180 man advantage for Cassius at this point. But yeah, the Boyar Sons. Looks like the crossbow cavalry moving into melee as well, or maybe they're just caught. I'm not exactly sure. Looks like they can't get out of that position that they've got themselves into. And I think AZRIEN's just trying to get one last charge in. But the crossbow cavalry don't really have the best charge to begin with. So let's see how the line is being set here. We've got all the units of pikemen far behind the main line for the Swiss. Kyber Axemen have all set up. They are all in shield wall. And we're moving forward the late period crossbowmen. Yeah, good damage to these units by the Kyberg Knights. We'll definitely be looking at the kill count for them. Well, actually, we can see right here, 118 kills in about 10 seconds. I'm telling you, these Kyberg Knights here, they never cease to surprise me. But now this is a problem. The Swiss nobles over here of the high period, they've kind of been left to their own, and the Boyar Sons are just able to kind of pepper them down from afar. This crossbow cav needs to come back and try and save his AZRIEN Fox's last unit of Swiss nobles here, because these are high period Swiss nobles, so they are expensive. And we've got even more Boyar Sons moving forwards. Looks like we have the crossbowmen getting into range now. And a lot of these units, the Suzdal infantry, even at shield wall, they're only 60 missile blocks, so they're not crazy good. Missile block here for these spears is 60 as well, but they are not in any form of spear wall. And there we go. Looks like the Swiss nobles were able to withdraw with minor casualties. And we've got a few units of crossbowmen coming over to this flank as well. But the whole battle line is moving forwards in shield wall, so AZRIEN being very aware about the potential for the Boyar Sons to do some damage. But it looks like the pikes that have been pushed forwards are actually under fire from the Boyar Sons here. But he's going to move them forwards anyways. Try and keep the crossbows out of the line of fire. But Cassius's micro is definitely going well for him over here, just throwing his Boyar Sons from one side to the other, and they actually are still fresh, which is pretty crazy. Leaving one over here on this side, but he's got the two on the other side, so I'm not sure if he's going to try and focus down these pikemen that have moved up. And the Rus Spear Militia moving forwards as well. They are taking fire, but they're just militia, so I'm not sure if AZRIEN Fox is actually focusing them or not. And slowly moving forwards the Kyberg Axeman line here. So the engagement looks like it will happen very soon. But those Swiss nobles over there, wondering if Cassius is just going to try and pursue and destroy them before they have the potential to get behind enemy lines. Because if these Boyar Sons get caught in melee with the Swiss nobles, 1-to-1, they will definitely lose. The Swiss nobles are heavy shock cavalry, so they should be able to prevail. But here we go. Oh yeah, those pikemen getting focused down quite heavily by the Boyar Sons. At this point, I would just try to push them in if I could. But look how many are falling to that archer fire. That is not a good sight. These pikemen can win the battle against these lower tier infantry, but not if they're going to be pelted down like this. This unit is already wavering. Ooh, yeah. No, they've broken. That is not good at all. And this unit has taken some damage as well, down to 100 men already. And there we go. AZRIEN Fox realizes that, so he's going to start to push forward his main line. And then I would push forwards those pikemen into melee right quick so that they're kind of protected. If you can get them into melee and the archers are firing from behind, a lot of times they'll be obstructed due to the fact that there'll be friendly units in front. But here come the Swiss nobles, but it looks like Cassius is well aware of that. The Swiss nobles kind of getting caught up on the Kyberg Axeman there. And, oh, nice. It looks like he sees a break in the line here, and he's going to try and find an opening. This unit did form shield wall, though. Some of the unit did sneak through, though, to grab a hold of these dismounted Boyar Sons, but he's taking a lot of damage while doing it. Because the Swiss nobles, again, trying to push through while they're in melee with this unit of Susdal infantry. Ooh. Yeah, not really worth it. Only 19 kills with that cavalry unit, so that one didn't pay off. The Kyberg Knight one was a huge success, but that one was kind of brought under control rather quickly by Cassius. And it looks like we've got some of the mounted crossbowmen breaking over here. So I think that's it for cavalry, and Cassius knows this already. He's got his Boyar Sons right in behind the Swiss army, but the balance of power is well with him at this point. With about a 300-man advantage. And we've got the heavy Rus Spear Militia over here holding up most of the Swiss lines, so the Susdal infantry, apart from this one, isn't really in melee yet. And yeah, these archers are trapped here. It looks like the Susdal infantry running these crossbowmen into a corner where all of these units of Boyar Sons will now destroy them. And this unit is now free to turn around and grab this unit of light crossbowmen. However, it looks like AZRIEN Fox was able to sneak a unit of copper shields around to get after the dismounted Boyar Sons over here. And we've got the dismounted General's Bodyguard moving in against the Susdal infantry. And only 2 of the pike units are making it into melee, and this one is wavering already. So yeah, it's not looking too good at this point for the Swiss. And these crossbowmen are holding. This one is breaking, or wavering, but then again, there we go. The crossbowmen breaking just in time. This unit over here of late period crossbowmen breaking to the infantry. And the dismounted Boyar Son, or sorry, the dismounted General's Bodyguard charging in against the Susdal infantry here as well. So the battle has, well, I guess the main battle line is finally starting to be formed here. These pikemen are a little bit out of position. But if they get the support of the Kyberg Axemen, I think they should be okay. They're up to 41 kills, but that's just really not enough for a pike unit. This one up to 7. And they're pretty much all alone over here. Cassius flanking around with a unit of Suzdal infantry to take out this unit of pikemen. Oh, and they're not alone. My apologies. We've got some of the copper shields here, holding 2 units, which is very, very good. One of the units of Boyar's Sons broke and is returning, and this unit is just trying to run through all that's left of the crossbowmen. And we've got the Khan's Guard over here. Not sure what he's going to be going for, but AZRIEN's crossbowmen of the late period have returned, but it doesn't look like they're on fire at will, so they aren't firing at the general for Cassius, which is a bit of a problem. But over here, the general's bodyguard for AZRIEN is being flanked around. There's some Khyberg axemen that are bravely holding their ground for the general. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of wavering over here from being outflanked. Minute 16 left in the battle, so it looks pretty apparent that AZRIEN will lose this battle. And actually the Khan's Guard over here just basically finishing off the rest of the crossbowmen. So let's just zoom into this battle over here and watch the general. Oh, who is actually breaking. It looks like he is trying to turn around to fight the enemies on all fronts, but there's just so many. There's just nowhere to turn, and to boot, he's being focused down by the Boyar Sons. And I don't see where the general is here, Mr. Pointy Hat. Not sure if he's been killed at this point, or... Oh, really? Oh, yeah, sorry, that's AZRIEN's general. I keep forgetting which side I'm looking at this from. We're looking at this from Cassius' side. I was like, what, the Khan's Guard went ahead and got himself killed? But no, he's very much alive with 29 men left in his unit. And that is it. Close victory. So let's take a look at the results here. So fielding 200 men less than Cassius. And, yeah, the Khyberg Axemen really not getting a lot of kills. Pikemen, decent kills, but they could have got more if they got into melee a little quicker. And the crossbows, not really that good. 118 by the Khyberg Knights with that surprise charge there. But 115 with the General's Bodyguard, Cassius General's Bodyguard. And it looks like a few of the Suzdal infantry units did well. Archers did well, and the Boyar Sons doing well, because a lot of these kills are on enemy cavalry, so whenever they have low kills, but they were going against cavalry, that's always good, because I think cavalry is a 60-man unit, so that's like 2.5 units of cav just killed by these horse archers. But that is it for the first battle, so let's go ahead and take a look at the second one. So now we come to the second battle between AZRIEN Fox and Cassius. So if Cassius wins this round, AZRIEN Fox will be eliminated from the tournament, and Cassius will move on to round 3. So we're looking at Cassius's army first, and he is playing as the Golden Horde, so really nice to see some Mongols in the tournament. And they're bringing a lot of Rus units, but they're Mongols nonetheless, I assure you. But for the main bulk of Cassius's infantry, he's bringing the dismounted Drazina, 9 units of them. And then he has 3 units of the Siege Swordsmen. He's got 1 over here, and then 1 on either flank of the secondary line of infantry. In the center, he has 2 units of these Rus archers, which are tier 1, but then he's also brought 2 units of the Turkic archers. And then for his General's Bodyguard over here, he has the General's Bodyguard of the late period. And there is the General. And for his cavalry, he's brought 3 units of heavy horse archers, so tier 3. Very elite horse archers, can serve well as a missile cavalry unit and in melee. So, good choice of cavalry there. So a very similar build to what he brought last time. And looking at AZRIEN Fox over here, he is playing as the Empire of Nicaea. And he's got a main front line here of these Rus mercenaries, 5 units of them. So Rus mercenaries fighting on either side today. And he's also got 2 units of the Skutdoi swordsmen over here, 1 on either flank. And in the center, he's got 4 units of the heavy archers. Then he's brought 4 units of the Contratoi, the pikemen. And for his cavalry over here, he's actually gone for horse archers too, which I think is a good choice given that Cassius tends to bring horse archers. The crossbowmen just need that range. But we're looking at the general first off, who would be... Oh, there he is. That's the general there. The nice cross across his breast. Hopefully he will be able to carry his army to victory. And for the horse archers, we've got 3 units of the light bow cavalry, the Byzantine horse archers, but they are also tier 3, so we'll see how they stand up to the Mongol cavalry. But that is it for the army comps. Only 11 minutes left in this battle, and if we look at the man count, Cassius does outnumber, once again, the Empire of Nicaea by about 300 men. Oh man, I had to really think about that one there. Because I was going to say 200, but it's 2040 to 1740, so it's basically almost 300 men, or a little bit over 300 men. But here we go. It looks like Cassius has all of his cavalry over on this one flank, so I'm not sure if AZRIEN is going to react there. Yes, he is. So it looks like he's actually bringing his heavy archers over to this side. And AZRIEN just has to protect his pikemen this round, because the pikemen should do pretty well mixed in with the Rus mercenaries to defeat the dismounted Drazina. Even though the dismounted Drazina are tier 2, against a tier 1 sword unit with the backing of a solid pike unit, I think that AZRIEN should do pretty well. However, this is a pretty foreboding, or sorry, a pretty... what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's an army that I really wouldn't be looking forward to attacking, because it's just rank after rank of really solid infantry. But here we go. So it looks like we do have some of the skirmishing going on. The general for Cassius moving in a little bit too close. It looks like the Byzantine horse archers are in Cantabrian circle. I'm kind of interested to see what that does. So it gives them more rate of fire, but unfortunately it does fatigue them faster. And these guys are heavy horse archers, and AZRIEN has brought light horse archers. So the light horse archers actually will be faster, I believe, if we take a look at their speed. Where's the speed? It actually doesn't even say the speed. Does it say the speed on these guys? No, it doesn't look like it. But given the fact that one is light and one is heavy, I would assume that the light horse archers would be faster. It looks like they are. Like, look at how fast they're traveling across this terrain here. And firing while moving there into the ranks of this shield wall here. The dismounted Drazina are all in shield wall, though, except for these back units. So it may be a waste of ammo to try and whittle them down here. I'd be much more wary of this cavalry that's coming over. And Cassius has his general grouped in, too. Even though he's only facing 3 units of horse archers here, he's still got his general. I'm not sure if he's planning to try and catch them in melee. Oh, the general actually has a ranged unit. I did not see that. Or he has a ranged attack. Oh my goodness, and yeah, just focusing down the 1 unit of Byzantine horse archers is a slaughter. That unit is already broken. So again, both players being very calm, cool, and collected here. It looks like they're not moving in. They're kind of just skirmishing each other.
The enemy have
I'm pretty sure that the range is the same for these guys, 150 to 150. But yeah, look, all 4 are focusing 1 unit. Yeah, and now it's wavering once again. I think it's just the lack of armor that these guys have. 35 armor. The heavy horse archers have 45 armor. Alright, but it looks like we got all 4 of the heavy archers over here on this one wing. So it looks like Cassius is bringing back his Rus archers and Turkic archers to the middle of his formation. And AZRIEN is keeping his main line close to his archers, which is a good call. He's probably microwing quite heavily over here. In fact, both players are probably microwing over here. AZRIEN's going to have to be careful, though. The red line, as you can see me outlining here, he could get his cavalry trapped. And AZRIEN looks like he does realize this. He's getting one of the units out, and looks like this unit may become a sacrifice unit. Not sure Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's getting targeted down. Yeah, there it goes. Pretty much evaporated. And Cassius once again has the balance of power, and now there's about a 400-man advantage, so this is a little worrisome for AZRIEN. But interesting, okay, so he's got this little flanking force over here. He's got 2 units of pikemen that are going to support his archers, and his main line of Rus mercenaries over here is holding the front line, and then AZRIEN is already prepared to lose the cavalry engagement, so he's got a few extra units over here to kind of try and zone out the heavy horse archers. And yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, a lot of fire arrows coming in against the Turkic archers over here. And I think for land archers, AZRIEN Fox definitely has the better of the two. And Cassius realizes that, and it looks like he is pulling his archers back behind his main line. Okay, what's coming up over here? Alright, so here's the Byzantine horse archers back. But, oh man, straying a little bit too close to the Turkic archers over here. And they are wavering and breaking now. That is so frustrating. One of the units is being set up in Cantabrian Circle over here. Looks like he's trying to fire down on the Turkic archers. And a lot of these archers are actually facing away from the heavy archers of Nicaea. So there is the opportunity to get some kills. But it's only a matter of time before the heavy horse archers show up. And they're actually just walking. I think he's trying to rest them, because they're probably getting tired by this point. They are fresh over here, winded, active, and fresh. Oh, and Cassius, well aware here what AZRIEN's trying to do, and he does close the gap so that the Byzantine horse archers cannot get in there. So the formation is holding.
The men are running! Stand and fight, damn you!
And it's now only down to about a 300-man advantage. Cassius still trying to hold that main line, but it looks like the general's bodyguard over here going to get a huge hit into the dismounted Drazina here, just immediately killing 20 men before pulling back out. And wow, look at the numbers drop. That was a huge hit there. He's going to have to try and get behind his friendly lines, though, because the archers will be focusing him down. But now it looks like AZRIEN's cav has been all but eliminated. And we've got 2 units of cavalry on this side and another 2 on this side. So we'll see what happens here. That was a massive hit on that unit, though. Slaughtering half of the unit with that one charge. Look at that, 46 kills there. But again, the general still being focused down by these Rus archers over here. And Cassius looks like he is expanding his line. And more cavalry flanking around from behind. We've got the unit of pikemen over here. It is facing the wrong way, though. I would maybe try and turn it around to protect my flank. But here we go. We've got 1 unit of Skutoi swordsmen charging into melee. They are being flanked a little bit from the side there. And I think that's what the general was waiting for. I'm not sure if he's going to try and go into that unit. But these 2 units are still in shield wall. And yeah, here we go. The heavy horse archers just focusing down that general. And over here as well, looks like this unit of pikemen is kind of surrounded. It's getting cut down. But here we go. Looks like this unit of pikemen is going to make it into melee. He's trying to rush it forwards. But, oh no, there we go. The dismounted Drazina breaking formation before the pikes can get their pikes down, or the pikemen can get their pikes down. But this unit did not charge in time. However, the Contratoi are being, they are being cut down very quickly. Yeah, the generals over here, the heavy archers now trying to focus down the dismounted Drazina on this side. But yeah, they've completely broken through the center with those pikemen. we go. Looks like AZRIEN is going to move some units here to flank around the dismounted Drazina. We've got another unit of Rus mercenaries over here that's going to try to do the same. But Cassius is well aware of that, and he's going to try and clamp the jaws down on those mercenaries. And wow, their numbers are dropping as well. Over here, the battle lines have been set. This unit of pikemen has pretty much been annihilated by the General's Bodyguard and heavy horse archers. And Siege Swordsman, Dismounted Drazina, very much alive over here. Losing his archers, though, to the heavy archers, which can be a bit of a problem. But, oh, we've got a huge hit coming over here against the Skutatoy Swordsman by the General's Bodyguard. That is surely going to make them waver. Oh, yeah, look at those numbers dropping. Yeah, they're dead for sure. Yeah, there goes that unit. And we've got the heavy horse archers over here. More of them coming around on this flank. So again, not looking good for AZRIEN. A lot of the units for Cassius are holding strong. The 2 units of pikemen over here are going to cause a bit of a problem. The General, the Emperor's Bodyguard over here. I'm not sure if he's going to try and charge into this unit of dismounted Drazina or not, but I don't want to miss too much of the battle here. Hit from the heavy horse archers into the back of these Rus mercenaries. And this unit of pikemen has broken. And the General, yeah, this unit of Rus mercenaries broken as well. This unit's broken. The pikemen are holding over here with the archers and the General's Bodyguard. But there's just so much infantry left, and all of the cavalry for Cassius is left as well. Yeah, this flank is just being overwhelmed over here. And he's actually backed off from these pikemen here, so he's not even challenging them, which is a good call. But now this unit over here, it's probably going to get charged. Looks like the General will get a nice rear charge on the unit over here. But everything is folding in for AZRIEN Fox. And I just need to pause it here, guys, with 4 minutes left. AZRIEN actually did disconnect in this battle. I think it will come to a draw because he did crash. So they sent me in the replay, and I kind of watched it. And I just wanted to pause it here because there was the issue whether or not this battle should be replayed. And I did set for the second round that if there's a crash and it's a close battle, that there will be they will have to replay the replay, basically. But if it's pretty heavily in one person's favor, then I would allow the battle. So I kind of took a look at it at this point. So let's kind of break it down here. This unit of pikemen is dead. This one is still here, very much alive. And there are no archers challenging it. And AZRIEN does have all 4 units of his heavy archers left. The real reason why I am going to give this battle to Cassius is because apart from this depleted unit of General's Bodyguard, he actually doesn't have any cavalry left. And if you can see, these heavy horse archers with half ammo left, plus we've got the General's Bodyguard left, they can skirmish down these units pretty much till their death. The heavy archers I did take into consideration because he did have all 4 of his archers left. But the problem is that if you look at the Rus mercenaries here and this unit of pikemen, they're breaking. He basically has this unit of Skutatoy swordsmen of the late period and the Contratoi left to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units of infantry plus the 4 cavalry. So that's the reason why I am going to give Cassius this victory. And if you look at the man count as well, he does have 540 more men. So he almost doubles AZRIEN's army. And I know that, you know, in 12-12, a few decisive moves can win the battle. But I thought about that. And even if this general, like let's say these pikemen and this unit of Skutatoy swordsmen were able to form a front line, this general would maximum be able to charge in twice. So if he charged in against these 2 units, if he got a wide enough formation, broke them. And then he charged in against these 2 units with the formation, broke them. The general would die, probably the second time he pulled out. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units pretty much with full health that are still left. And once the general dies, these 4 archers will probably break. So that's the reason why I'm going to give this battle to Cassius. So we can go ahead and play here. And there we go, it says draw. Wow, I paused that just in time. So let's go ahead and end the replay here. So well done to Cassius. It looks like his horse archer strategy is paying off, but the problem is now everybody else who's in the tournament knows about it. But well done, man. And I apologize, AZRIEN. Unfortunately, it looks like he has been eliminated from this tournament. The heavy archer is getting a nice amount of kills, though. Really impressed there. It was just the mainline infantry really not surviving that well, especially this unit of late-period Skutadoi swordsmen getting charged by the general's bodyguard. So that was a bit disheartening to see. But yeah, if you just look at all of the full units that are still left for Cassius, I think the man count kind of speaks for itself. And he got some good kills with the horse archers and 192 with the general. So that is it for this round of battles, guys. We have one more round 2 battle or series to see, which will be Gearhawk versus Johnny Cash, and that one will come out on Wednesday. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to hear more content like this, or see more content like this in the future. And feel free to weigh in the comments whether you think that that was a good decision. But as always, I will see you in the next one.